What's up, y'all? Hello,
It's
and welcome back to another episode
Wednesday.
of SW Podcast. It's of course got a shell into the building, and you see who over here. What's up,
What?
Queen?
All the way from Honolulu, Hawaii. What you say? What?
That's right. Welcome, Queen, to the show today from Honolulu, y'all. She is in Hawaii. It is 12:34
35
in Hawaii, and she is up and at it and on the podcast today. That's a dedicated podcaster, and we just want
all
to tell
day.
her thank you for making sure that she is a
All
part
day.
of today's show. But it wouldn't be a full SW podcast without Queen, so we wanted to make sure she was a part of the show today. So thank you, Queen, for taking the time out on your vacation
Appreciate it, love.
to jump
Yes,
in
much
today.
needed vacation.
So, y'all, of course, it is Wednesday, September 14th. It's my niece's birthday. Happy birthday, Ari.
Happy birthday.
Another born day celebration. It is a beautiful day in the capital city of Tallahassee, and it's 84 degrees now, but we started off this morning with a 65-degree increment. So we know fall
Oh,
is
that's
coming.
nice.
Pull them pots out, get ready
Yeah.
to start making them stews and them soups and them chilies because it's time to go down. It's time to go
Mhm.
down.
That
Sorry
part.
about that.
That part.
What's
And
up,
them
Joe?
boots.
What's
Hey,
going
Joe. Joe,
on?
we ain't seen you in a minute, Joe.
I'm telling you. He talking about vacation vibes. We ain't
Ah,
seen you in a
that
minute,
part,
Joe.
bro.
I thought you was on vacation. We ain't seen you in a minute, no, but you be working though, Joe, because I be seeing all of them posts and the things you got going on. So you be busy.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely busy.
Bro, be busy. He sure
Um,
be busy, Queen. That's
Joe
awesome,
be
though. I
busy.
love it.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the show. And of course, like I said, we got Mr. Rusley on the show today. Mr. Rusley is going to talk to us about how he began his career in acting of 2019 and starring in his first movie. So we got a couple things he's going to discuss. He used to be a rapper as well, football player, a lot of
Wow.
things, a lot of things, a lot of things, a
Okay,
lot of things.
okay, okay. That's
So
what I'm talking about.
let's
Man,
go ahead
that
and
hustle,
welcome.
get it.
I'm telling you, let's welcome Mr. Rusley to the virtual studio. Come on in. Come on in. What's up,
Finally.
Tom?
Jackson. I'm all right. I'm
How
all
you
right. Trying
doing?
to get this. I'm all right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just trying to get this thing situated. I was trying to connect everything to my laptop, but seemed like it just ain't support this. What it is this
With StreamYard, it don't support
stream?
our app.
But I got an Apple. I don't understand why. So I had to do it from my phone. Old school.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Joe
it's a
Yeah,
lot
off the
of
man.
things
chain.
that Apple ain't jumped on board with,
Yeah, that's crazy.
which is why I love Galaxy, but I'm an Apple girl and a Galaxy girl. I try to keep a little bit of both worlds.
We ain't even gonna
Um,
go with that debate there.
yeah, you know
Samsung
how they
all
go.
day long.
All day, all day, all day.
All day.
Joe, don't start, Joe. Talking about Shelby practicing to be the weather girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Well,
here. I'm grateful. It's a
Well, we
blessing.
got a Rick High
Yeah.
legend in the building. I know that's what Joe just said in the comment. We got a Rick High legend in the building. But
Yeah.
other than
Wow.
we,
Hmm.
it's cool to still be able to equate some of the things that you did in high school with who you are
Yeah.
now because people remember that or whatever. But we're
Right.
gonna talk to Mr. Rusley. I almost just stopped that rule. We're going to talk to Mr. Rusley about what he's done after high school, what made him continue to be the legend in his status. So tell us a little bit about yourself
Okay.
today.
Well, as of right now, got my own business with the trucking industry because I got my CDL. That's what I'm doing right now. But the long term goal is to pursue this acting career, and it was a blessing, man. But right now, I'm just have an independent contract with Tropicana, so I take care
Okay,
of that in
that's
the
awesome.
meantime. So it's pretty good. Yeah, it's Tropicana. There's an independent contract with them, and that's what I be doing right now. So I'm in the process of putting someone in the truck to run it for me and go hard with this acting. So I got
Okay.
me an
I know
agent.
that's
I got
right.
an agent right now. got a nice agent. You know, he's doing pretty good. You know, putting my portfolio and everything together for me because you know I never really pictured myself doing this acting, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I never thought I could be in this position that I'm in right now. And how that started? That started actually when I was, you know, driving. I was actually working, and I seen the audition online on Facebook, and you know, I just had an intuition. Something told me, you know, I need to try that. You know, a lot of people don't be paying attention to that voice that be on the inside that be talking to you. You know how you always be saying, "Damn man, something told me I should have
Mm-hmm.
turned left," or "Damn, I should have," you know. So me,
Yep.
I exercise that, so I tune into it and I listen to it more. I don't never overlook it. So when I had that feeling, it was saying to me, it said, I need to try that. And I heard it so clear, I repeated it. I was like, I need to
Mm-hmm.
try that. And I'm actually driving. I said, damn, I need to try that. I'm like, shit, I ain't never acted before. Clear as day. So I said, well, okay, I'm gonna try it. And that's exactly what I did. I gave the director, Mark Samuel, a call, and I told him over the phone. I said, hey man, you know, I never had before, but I had an intuition. Something told me I need to try this. And if you know, if you need somebody to be an extra or something, you know, I love to
Mm-hmm.
come and audition and you know and help out. And that's all I expected. You know, just to get like a little scene saying, okay, or a little walk by scene, you know, like if you know, if you got up and use the bathroom, you probably would have missed me. That's all I was expecting. I ain't never taken no drama
Like
class
an
in school.
extra.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
expected was just to be an extra.
Okay.
But when I got there
Wow.
and I did the audition, he had me actually read for three characters. And but the character that I related to more was the character Rell, the one I actually ended up being a co-star to the movie in. But he wasn't even supposed to have that much spotlight in the movie. He would just, you know, just get a little scene, do his little, because it was mainly about the little brother Chase. But
Mm-hmm.
when Mark and the film director got together, they were saying, man, it's just the energy that I brought to the film. They said we got to bring out this character more.
Hmm.
And when I did that, I was like, man, it was like, you got this. Because I was still a little, you know, kind of skeptical, feeling like, man, I can't. No, I don't know, man. Y'all think I'm doing good? Because with the other cast, they always be stopping the set. Like when
Mm-hmm.
you mess up, they're like, cut. No, man, you got to do it like this. You got to do this, you know, such. But they never did that with me. So I felt like, damn, am I doing something? They don't do that to me. They do that with everybody else, but they don't do that. So when we finished filming that first day, he was like, I asked him, because, you know, I'm the type of person, you know, I like to learn and perfect myself.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Mark, man, why y'all don't never, you know, tell me, you know, how you be stopping and you see how you be talking to Chase or you be talking to C Note and all them. You be saying, hey, man, I want you to do this. You got to do this. You got to, he say, Rell. Because, you know, they never call me by my real name. They always call me by the character. He say,
Mm-hmm.
Rell. Reason why we don't say nothing to you because you do it on cue. You don't mess up. I was like,
Authentic.
damn. I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, let me show you something. So when they started showing me clips, um, of my performance, you know, like previous scenes, he was like, look at this, man. He said, you can't teach this. He said, this, you're a natural. He said, you got to believe in yourself. So when he told me that, I was like, you know what? That would motivate me to be like, you know what, shoot, this might be a calling.
Mm.
And every scene we did, when we shot it, we was actually shooting it for it to be a series. That's what it was actually supposed to be, a series. But none of the networks, by us being a new film company, you know, and first time in this world, don't nobody want to give you a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So they told us, okay, we're not going to accept it as a series, but we'll give you a shot if you turn it to a movie. So once we did that,
Mm.
Maverick Films picked it up and they distributed it for us. And man, we got on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Findigo now. Like only outlet that didn't pick it up was Netflix. So I feel like now since we have a bigger buzz now, and it was on the news, you know, Channel 10 News interviewed us and everything. So that was a great outlet. So when we did that for part two, I know it's going to be even bigger. But from that film, I got picked up on another film called Remote Location, and that was with a different director, but also Mark Samuel shot that one also. So I'm just like, man, I'm like, when I got into that, that's more like a horror film. And I'm like, what? I said,
I
no,
saw
man, you
the
know,
I saw the
the trailer.
Wow.
the trailer for
Yeah.
that, and I already know I'm staying away from that one because I don't do
I'm
horror.
I
at
mean, if you feel
all.
like it though,
I
it's
don't do
real.
horror either,
It's.
I don't do horror.
Queen.
I
I
don't do
mean,
horror.
you'll
So
love
I'm
it
gonna
though.
promote it. I'm gonna share
It's
it. I'm
like
gonna
a
push it.
comedy, horror.
No,
I
it's no,
No, it's horror.
it's
I
a
saw the
yeah.
It's horror.
the
Oh,
trailer.
Yeah,
It's
you have to.
real
Yeah,
horror.
yeah. You go on YouTube. We released the trailer. We haven't finished filming
mhm.
yet because we're marketing it. We're doing like how 50 did with Powell. So when he shot that, he shot the pilot and then he just shopped it for
Mm-hmm.
a network to pick it up. See, because that's
Yeah,
what a lot of you know filmmakers are doing now. So we shot the pilot. So now we're in the process of shopping it and seeing who will really want to pick it up. We're getting a lot of feedback too, so that's a good thing because we really
that's
want
good.
to like turn this into a series. And that also got me picked up for two other movies that y'all gonna see, later on throughout the year. Well, I'd say probably around about December, beginning of next year, you'll see. I got picked up in two other movies, so there's gonna be like four movies that I'll be acting in, and just trying to, keep building up my portfolio. And hopefully, Tyler
That's
Perry will give me a
amazing.
shot or something. I'm just trying to, take it to the
That's
next
real though.
level.
That's
Speaking
good.
into existence, King.
Speaking of
Oh
Speaking
yeah, yeah.
into
um,
Manifest, yeah,
existence.
yeah. Because I never imagined myself making it this far. Especially coming up out of Miami, and if you read my story, my background from the things I experienced, it wasn't easy, man. It was a rough
and
upbringing.
that's what made the movie. I think the naturalness of it is probably what they saw in you, because a lot of that what you brought to the film, it came from your original life.
Right.
Um, and let me.
Hmm.
All right, we got a Savvy says learn to be sensitive to your intuition. That's very good. She was speaking on when you said your intuition was telling you that this is something you need to do, and you
Right.
followed it. And
Most
basically
definitely.
letting you know sometimes you got to follow that. You got to be sensitive to it. We ignore our intuition a lot,
Right. A lot of
especially
people
when it
do.
comes to things that we're looking to do, and we're saying we're looking for direction to do those things, but we're ignoring the direction.
Right. Right. You
So
gotta listen to it, man. It's
you got
it's
to listen
it's
to it.
yes, man. You gotta listen to it. You gotta pray, and you just gotta keep your faith, man. Like what I always say. Only thing you can't do is what you don't try. And I'm a living example of that.
Hmm.
I'm a testimony to that because I never doubted myself. That's why I say you gotta feed your faith and starve your doubts. Only thing you can't do is what you don't try. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to see it. You got to manifest, see the invisible, do the impossible. Those are things that just been installed in me ever since I was young. Just like when I moved to Tallahassee, I came in my 10th grade year. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't always a good dude or whatever. So I had I was
In the
honestly I was on a fast pace to
mm-hmm.
either jail or to early grave from what I experienced. So my mama told me, she said, "Hey, this your last shot. After this, I mean, ain't nothing I can do with you because I lost my dad. Police killed my father, and so that made me like really have a, a certain, like lack of respect for law enforcement. I mean, I don't want people to, misguide people. I mean, we need law enforcement, but it's just some police officers, man, are just from where I'm from was corrupt. They was
Yeah.
it was treacherous.
They was
It's
working in the, they work in the street, like they in the street.
right,
Hmm.
yeah,
They
man.
with the
I
drug
can feel
dealers,
you
they
on
with the
that.
gang bangers.
Yeah,
The story reading reading. I told Ru earlier, his write up ain't no bio. He got a whole write up. It's a whole write up. It's a storyline. It can be a storyline to actually a movie.
right,
The way it is. But looking at it and reading it earlier, it kind of like it was very sad to read, but it also brought you into the understanding of why you're doing what you're doing, why you went down the path you went down.
right,
And a lot of us, we don't look at the history of where we come from to know where we're going or why we have gotten to where we are. And I think a lot of that, reading your write up on who you are and what you've been through and all of that, that gave me a better understanding as to why I saw you playing such an extensive role in Murder Gardens, because you were a mess in Murder Gardens. Like I don't know. We're gonna give me 1 second, y'all. We're gonna drop a clip real quick. Everybody, I'm gonna drop the trailer for y'all, for everybody who hasn't seen it but wants the opportunity to. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up. We got a couple comments. Good evening. Kel said, "What's
Hey.
up? to you, Rue, and to Queen. Siobhan is
Queen got it to
speaking, of
Queen. Hey,
course.
Kels. Hey, Siobhan.
Jada in the building. What's
Hey,
happening?
Jada
How
Love.
y'all doing?
So let me go to this real quick. I want to bring that up because that was a good the trailer good. But for anybody who hasn't saw the movie, here's the trailer for y'all to get a little bit of understanding of it.
Life just funny like that sometimes, bro. You know, ever since the old girl died, I just learned how to deal with death different. We can't change what happened yesterday or fix the past. All we can do is make the most out of the present. Gotta cherish every moment, cause ain't no love in these streets, bro.
I know you're scared, and I know you're trying to be brave, but you have no idea what you're getting yourself into right now.
I know.
Okay, now.
All right.
Okay. I see you, bro. I see you.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And
So-
then we
It's
also got
amazing.
the remote location also, and I'm not sure if you got the link to that one.
I didn't
That's
I didn't put I saw the trailer for that. I didn't put the trailer in here for that one because I told you I'm horrified.
Right.
However, yeah. I I'm gonna put the link up so y'all can go check
Yeah.
it out. But
Yeah.
so tell us this though. How did you go from doing like an all out extensive movie to where y'all would is volatile, it's family dynamic, it's about loyalty, the streets, and all of that to now a horror film? Are you looking to grow? Is that because you're looking to expand on your acting skills? And you so tell us about that transition.
Actually, the director Mark, he's more like a partner. He really like helped mold me and guide me and help me really believe in myself. He seen something in me I honestly didn't see in myself. So he told me, say, man, actually he hit me out the blue. I did not think I was never thinking of, showing being versatile and showing different acting ability because I never pictured myself doing it. I just wanted to be, from what I experienced in life, I know that I can really bring that to life. So
Mm-hmm.
when I did the Murder Gardens, I related to that because, I actually, was out there like that. So it wasn't really a hard transition for me. It just really, he gave me the power to be myself. And then he gave
Mm-hmm.
me he gave me a skeleton script and told me, hey man, bring it to life. He said, Rell is whoever you make it. So I was like, oh,
Mm.
okay. So when I sat down and I read the whole script, I brought it I brought it to realization. I just showed like this how it really was out here. So that's what make people really catch on to it and wanna like man, boy, Rell was such and such. So when it came to the horror film, he called me out the blue and told me he had another director named CP Hollywood from out of Fort Lauderdale. He actually a artist, and he just got signed and he wanted to get into the film industry. So he wrote up this script, I said about 2 years ago, this horror film called Remote Location. And he presented it to Mark. He was saying, man, I need to find some actors for it. He said, you know anybody that could play the lead role? He said, hey man, he said, I got the perfect person. He was like, who? He said, you remember Rell from Murder Gardens? He was like, Rusley? He was like, hell yeah, man. He said, man, that's who. He said, I'm telling you, he'll bring it to life. So he was like, man, I didn't even think about him. He said, you think he'll want to do it? He said, he'll want to do it, trust me. So he already put me in they didn't do no audition for the part or nothing. I already had the part before I even knew it. So and that's just how I feel like, God worked. So when he called me, he said, hey man, he said, you ready? I said, what you talking about? He said, man, I got another shoot for you. He said, we're gonna start shooting next month. I said, shooting what? He said, I said, what you doing part 2 to Murder God? He said, oh, no, I'm still working on that. He said, no, this is a new film. It's called Remote Location. He said, it's more like a horror film. You got to,
Mm.
it's kind of scary, it's thriller, stuff like that. It's like about a couple, they're celebrities and they go to this remote location, this remote island. And it ended up being a twist to it to where you got to survive. I say, a horror film? I said, he said, I'm
Wow.
telling you, man. He said, once you show this, then we're gonna do you in a comedy thing. So he's telling me, he's showing me the
The levels
platform.
that you can go.
Right.
The
So
Yeah.
levels,
he was
yeah.
saying, so when they look at your portfolio and they pull you up on IMDb, they'll see everything. Like, okay, he can do it all. You know, I mean, only thing I
Mm-hmm.
can't do is
Yeah. You ain't
P
stuck in
Valley.
no
I can't.
box.
Yeah, only thing I can't do is
You
P
can't do
Valley.
P Valley.
I can't do P Valley. I
You
mean,
what
no
meaning you can't
disrespect.
what you can't be a you can't play a homosexual.
I can't do that.
Okay, well,
That's
I mean that's understanding. You gotta have your limits. Now
Yeah,
we
ain't nothing
yeah,
wrong with
don't
that.
don't
yeah.
be
I can't.
you don't gotta open yourself up to
That,
everything.
yeah, that's what it is. Like, yeah, you know, no disrespect, you know, to the LP, you know, that little community or whatever. You know, I got all
It
respect, but
definitely
it's
ain't no
just,
little community no more, Rue. That's
oh yeah,
community.
yeah.
That
So
shit,
no
they're big.
disrespect.
Yeah,
Now I
whole
don't
nother
mean
level. That's
no
a whole nother
disrespect.
level.
It's a
Yeah,
whole nother
but
level.
it's
But no, we totally understand that you gotta have your parameters. You gotta have your
right.
boundaries. And that's just that. It's
Yeah.
not a disrespect to anybody. It's your choice. And that's simply that. We're gonna get back into discussing Rue a little bit and his next level, his next course on his journey. We got to do our quote of the day. We have gotten 30 minutes into the show, I feel like, and we have not did the quote, y'all. Y'all know I'm
Wow.
off balance with that. So
At all.
let me throw that on out there because I skip. So this is the quote for the day. Oh no, that's not it. Oh Lord. Okay, here we go.
You off today, Queen. You off today,
Girl,
Queen.
I'm telling you. So the best measure of success is how you deal with failure. And I strongly believe in that. Like
Mm.
your levels of success are definitely going to depend on how you deal with when you don't succeed. If you
Yeah.
quit every time something don't go right, how successful do you think you'll be? What do y'all think about that quote?
I mean, it speaks for itself to me. I mean, I feel like, you know, through your failures, you know, that's only gonna make you stronger. You know, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I done been there. You know, just like with football, you know, that was really my passion. I mean, if you know me from high school, a lot of people that's probably on here know me. You know, I was a headhunter. So, but when I went to college and I seen it was different, man. It was like they had a lot of favoritism and it ain't all about your athletic ability. It's all about who you know. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start. That was devastating me because I ain't never been in a situation where I never started. I was like, wow. I had a white boy in front of me, and the reason why he was in front of me because of his daddy was a president of the booster club. So you know he's
Mm-hmm.
sponsoring the school. So you know they're gonna start his son, and he was
Mm-hmm.
garbage. You
But
know, and I'm
when do
like,
black people not have to work harder to prove themselves? Like it wouldn't have, he would have had to something have to happen. You step up and make it, he had to bust his knee, do something to, ruin his career. And then they throw you out there and then you have to prove yourself.
right,
But
and that's exactly what I had to do. You know, he ended up dislocating his shoulder one homecoming game, and well before homecoming game, and they needed me to step up and start. And when I came in and started, you know, I had 10 solo tackles, a pass breakup, an interception, and that was just my first time starting in college football. And a lot of the alumni
Killing it.
seen, yeah, a lot of alumni seen that, and you know, alumni are the ones that sponsor the schools. You know, be
mm-hmm.
sending money.
Mm-hmm.
So big time alumni seen that after the game and came up and asked me what my name was. He said, "Hey man, what's your name, man?" I told him, "Hey man, I'm Thomas Rusley." You know, I said, he said, "Well, why the hell they don't have you out there starting?" I said,
Huh.
"Go talk to him right there." You know, and all of that
Hmm.
changed. But but it devastated me though. That's why I say a lot of people once they do fail, I just say, man, you don't remember nothing else. I say, man, when you know when you fail, you don't that don't mean you give up because as long as you have breath in your lungs, man, you still have an opportunity, man. You know,
mm-hmm.
you're just supposed to learn from that and build off of it. You know, that's how I am. You know, I look at it as motivation. It motivates me because when one door closes, you know another one will always open up.
That's
So
right.
just remember
Especially
that.
if you continuing, like when you if success is the goal and you have and you have went through the obstacles and every time you hit a wall you feel like that's it. No, you got to know that it's another way around that wall. You can climb over it, bust through it, climb under it. It's ways to get through these situations, and a lot of times we don't want to do that. So
Right.
if you don't know how to deal with things not going right, how you gonna deal with it?
You out of luck.
I mean, if you don't know how to deal with when things are going wrong, how you gonna deal with everything when it's going right? Because
Right.
it don't, just because it's going right, that don't mean it's going right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's still things that you got to do to make sure everything fall in line. Queen, what you think about the quote?
Well, to me, failure is just a setup for your comeback. That's how I look at it. Because you fail, even though you failed at some, that might not be the route that you were supposed to take anyway. It was
Mm-hmm.
always, it's always a different route. So just because you failed at it, hey, that's just setting you up for you to come back with
Mm-hmm.
something even stronger, something even better for your life. And even when you said about that little voice that said something to you, that wasn't nothing but the Spirit of God telling you where you was going, he was going to take you anyway. It's good that you acted on what he said to you at that time. Because what if you wouldn't have never even thought about even trying to do
Exactly.
what you're doing? And look where you at now. Like, that's amazing. Like, I've been watching you and stuff on your page and stuff. So, but to me, failure is just a setup for a good comeback. You just
Mm-hmm.
got to look at it. But everybody's mindset is not there. So when they fail, they just give up. But you
You know, I
got to
always
look
say,
at it like, okay.
hmm
So
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, I
no,
also
you
say
okay.
too, like, I always have little quotes in my, I don't know where they be coming from. It just be hitting. So like I said,
Mm-hmm.
there's no such thing as failure. Failure is only when you give up. You only fail when you give
Yep.
up. You know what I'm saying? So there's
Yep.
no
That's
such,
kind of like the measure of it. You can't,
right.
if you saying I'm done, this beat me, then that's failure.
That's when you fail.
But if
Yeah.
you
You didn't
can't
let it
continue,
defend you.
right?
Right.
You guys on the screen right now, this is the trailer to Remote Island. I was just looking at it over here, looking at it, trying to peep and look. I said, let me close this thing out, y'all. I see people coming out of woods. Let me close this.
Yeah, I can't watch
So,
the I can't watch the scary movies. I
and I'm
promote
sitting
it,
up in this
but I
place by
can't do the scary
myself. Let
movies.
me
I mean, but it
Look,
ain't
I
really
was scared of
scary
Michael
like that. It's
Jackson
just
No, it's
Thriller
just
video.
thriller. It's thriller, but
thriller.
it's
Yeah.
more thriller than horror. But anything like that, like
Yeah.
I if I watch something like that, I would definitely have to be with somebody. So I gotta watch it with someone, like,
Well,
because it
y'all gotta watch
reminds
it
me of
together.
how
Yeah.
Y'all gotta watch it
um
together then in the daytime. Don't watch it at night. But it ain't
definitely in the
scary like that.
daytime,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely in the
We might have to
daytime.
do that, Queen. We
But see,
might
that's
have
what
to do
happened with
that,
me.
Queen.
That's how I ended up being able to watch Michael Myers movie Halloween, because that's not scary to me no more.
Right.
Like, ain't nothing about it even nowhere near scary. I don't even shake or flinch from that movie now.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
so you
can't
can
watch Jason. I can't watch Chucky. I can't
I
watch
ain't
Freddy
watching none of
Krueger.
it.
I
yeah.
can't. Like, I seen some, yeah. So, but the trailer, this is the link to the trailer. Y'all check it out, because I'm soon, when they finish shopping and getting all the selling, getting the movie complete, that'll be the next movie for Mr.
Right.
Rusley. As well as his
Amazing.
other two movies
Amazing.
that he'll be working on. So he went from being a victim, because, as a child, when you lose your father, especially by a police force, he got shot innocently. The police thought he had a weapon. No
Right.
weapon.
Yeah.
No, nothing was
Yeah.
brandished. That's just a cop out. Nothing was
Mm-hmm.
done. They didn't pay y'all. Y'all never got a dime from them killing your father. Y'all had to move because y'all were being threatened. And
Yeah.
then beyond the
Wow.
threats and all of that, your mother was trying to save you from this society by trying to relocate you to Tallahassee. I remember when you came to Rickers, I think I was in the 9th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you was in the
Hold up. Where are you
12th,
originally from?
No, I was
Miami.
originally from Miami. Yeah,
Miami.
Opelika. Yeah,
Okay.
Opelika, Florida. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Opelika ain't
okay.
nothing nice.
Yeah.
Okay. At
Yeah.
But
all.
Born and raised.
Ooh, the
I
muck.
remember when Thomas started that he was definitely a hothead. When he came to Rick, he definitely was that. But he was one of them smooth, because Thomas had this like old man persona about himself. Like, what 12th grader wearing linen pants to
You
school?
But
know,
see, that's how they is down
That's
there
I
in
know
South
it's a
Florida. My
different. He brought a
stepdad from down
different
there, so
vibe to.
they very
But
different, very different.
so you definitely knew that he was not from. He wasn't a Tallahassee native. You definitely could tell.
Yeah, I
So
turned a
we
lot of them
was
Like, where
in
boys
this
on.
man come from?
actually to be honest, I was in me, his wife, him, his actual wife.
Yeah,
Well, we were all in a photography class together.
photography. Yeah, yeah,
Learning how to print our own documents. Look
yeah,
at Kel talking
Mm.
about Versace. I'm telling you, that man used to wear Versace. That man used to wear big jewelry.
yeah,
That
yeah.
man used to have on Kango hats.
Boy, that's
Like
that South for real, baby. That's that South for real. What?
Yeah,
What?
this
I
man was
turned a lot of
grown
them.
when we was not even grown, but he was grown. You know, they was in 12th grade.
No,
But
I was in when I got there. You was in the ninth. I was in 11th, I
12. You
think.
was in 12.
No, I came out 97. I mean 98. So
Yeah, so
I was
yeah, if we
in.
was
I
in the
think I was
ninth
two
So
grade,
grades.
you had to be in the. You was
Yeah,
a
you was
junior.
in
I was
so
in the. Yeah, I was in
you was in
11th.
11. You was in 11.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but I do remember you being on the football team and that we used to hear your name in the all the time. At all the games,
oh
you
yeah,
always heard Thomas Rusley, Thomas
oh
Rusley.
yeah,
He done hit this person. He done knocked this person out.
yeah,
As Kel just said, bit hit stick, let the paramedics sort it out. That's how things was
yeah,
at Rick back then.
yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah.
so he was doing his thing, but so he came up here to set a standard for himself anyway. And that was to change the image of what he had, but he still had to
Right.
work. He still had to work with it. He was what class you was in, Tom? 98, 97,
98.
98.
Yeah,
98.
98.
So
I was supposed to be 97, but I was
that's
getting a little
why.
bit
That's
too
why I
much
thought you was
trouble.
a 12th
So
grader, Tom, because Kamaya White was in our class too. So and he was in the
yeah,
12th
yeah, yeah,
grade. So I thought you
yeah,
were, yes,
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? But irregardless, you set a standard, you set a tone for yourself, you
yeah,
changed it.
right,
And now you have a daughter, a wife,
right.
a brand new son, or
Son,
and
yeah,
also
a
another
preemie.
son. So y'all got 3 babies now.
This, yeah, yeah. I have a
Three
stepson
kids
and I have a
total. You know what
son.
I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Yeah, my son a preemie.
So
I just had him. June 29th. So he's strong.
Congratulations.
He should be home by the end of this month.
oh,
So
so he
I'm
came
excited
out
about that.
preemie.
Yeah,
It was
Y'all
early.
he came out
excited?
6 months. Oh yeah, most definitely, man. He's a beast. He's something else, man. That's a little. He's
Favor
so
on his life.
yeah.
That's
He's something
beautiful.
else,
That's
man.
beautiful, Ru.
Favor
I'm
on
happy
his
to hear
life.
that. That's
He's something
beautiful.
else, man. So that's my piece right there. He really. I mean, I was already humble, but he really humbled me. Because I
But seeing
still
those are the things that you're living for now. So
right,
if
right,
not for those things that you had to go through to get here, you made it through because you had several obstacles that could have stopped you along the
right.
way and put you down before you made it to this point. So
Mm-hmm.
what before we continue on with that, we got a little couple topics that we want y'all to join. You want to join us in on because this is all a part of the interview process as well. Being able to answer these questions, converse with the community of people. So as we were just talking about not giving up and not giving into what you would call a failure, when is enough enough? When do you know when enough is enough? When you've tried enough a certain amount of times to say, I'm done with it. When is enough enough?
I mean, me personally, it's never enough for me. I'm always keep striving, keep trying. I mean, when I was doing the rap, that was something I did for some years trying to make it, but it was just it's all about who you know. So when I gave up on that, I gave about about 8 years almost. I was trying to do that for a long time, but then I said, you know what, man,
Wow.
it ain't meant for everybody. I don't feel like I had bad music. I got some of my music on Audio Mac. I put it on Audio Mac, and that's a site where you put up your little EP, and
Mm-hmm.
play your music.
Mm-hmm.
So they can check that out, under my rap name. That's how I got the name Rusalini because I was using that as my rap name. So that's where Rusalini came from. And I just kept it, since it was original and I created it, came up with it. But when that door didn't open and I realized it was a lot of jealousy, I said, you know what, man, this ain't what God got for me. And then I just pursued other things, got my CDL, started working, becoming an independent businessman, working on my entrepreneurship. And started doing that till I had that confirmation with the acting. And now I see that this right here is, I feel honestly, is my calling. So that's what I'm working towards now. And man, I'm not gonna ever give that up because I feel like this is what God gave me. This is what He had in store for me. So everything that I've been through in my life prepared me for this
Comparative.
moment. Right. So that's where I'm
So it
walking now.
doesn't
I'm on
ever
that
feel
path.
like it's like enough is enough because you can transition. It doesn't, it's not
Right.
like, you know, you made the choice just to quit being a rapper. You knew that it was something else extra for you. So you did it
Right.
for a number of years, realized that wasn't your calling.
But
Um,
what was a good thing also, not to cut you off, but what was a good thing about that? This is like God work, because I feel like you got a sense of humor. All the music that I did when I submitted it to the director, he used my music in the movie. So actually, it was on the
See,
soundtrack
look at
of
that.
Murder Gardens. So you got like
Look at
about
that.
4 of my songs in the background. So every time when you watch the movie and you see me, a scene with me, and you hear music playing in the background,
that's
that's
your music.
actually my music, right? So he
Okay, well,
surprised
That's
me
I
with that,
probably
amazing.
need to pay attention to that then, because
right?
when I
That's
So
watched the
amazing.
movie, you know, I just thought it was just normal, the music of the
right,
soundtrack. But
that's
that's dope.
that's
That's
me rapping.
so you
Yeah,
getting
that's me
paid for
rapping
having your music be on the
my music,
screen,
right?
for you being on the screen, you know.
Right,
So it's you creating wealth. You're
The acting is
creating
right,
giving you
a
that
lot of
outlet.
different. Yes,
Yeah.
right.
you
So
are
that, yeah,
definitely putting yourself in a position to make sure that people know your name, and that's
right.
beautiful. That's the whole purpose of this. um Next question: how do you all, because this is starting to be, I thought we got through this, and every time I think we get through this topic right here, it always is something that somebody either posts or it's something on like a social media outlet that makes me have to bring this question back up, and I'm almost tired of it. But why do people feel, and since we have a male on here today, it's always good to ask opposite sex people these questions as well. Why do people feel that opposite sex friendships are not feasible?
I mean, because I feel like, that's just my opinion.
Tell me.
Just because it's just the opposite sex, so men feel like eventually they have some kind of, chemistry. But really, it's just all about having trust in your significant other at the end of the day, because I feel like that's
Now
possible. It's
that
possible to have a female friend, but it's just, you just can't be insecure. You got to have faith and trust in your partner, knowing that they have enough respect for you to not want to burn that bridge and, and
But
tell
why do
on
we
something
always
that y'all
feel
built.
like there's going to be some sexual attraction there? I my two close male friends. I don't even look at them in no type of sexual capacity, and I feel like they don't look at me in the same sexual capacity either. I think they protect us, but they don't look at me like, oh, I just want to beat her down.
Right.
No, I think that um oh yeah, yeah, he got a good point right here. That publishing is what pays, not just the spins. I'm telling you, that publishing. So being on that soundtrack is just as better than even having a CD come out. Um, but I feel like that a lot of times it's not even just about trusting your partner. You got to learn how to trust you. Like, where do you feel that there's something going to happen? Are you like, is that a question for you because you are that person? Like, can you not see yourself in a relationship with in a friendship with somebody else that you're not sexually compatible with? That's why you couldn't trust your partner to do it, because you know you couldn't do it. Like, is that a lot of the reason? I feel like that's a lot of the reason why men have that issue with their females being friends with
True.
other females. But I
That's
also
true.
feel like women if because I was looking at one of the statements on the pieces that I picked up when I was working on this write-up, and it said that if the world were more like women, there'll probably be a whole lot of more opposite sex relationships. But because the world thinks mostly like men,
Right.
that's why a lot of the relationships don't work, of the friendships of opposite sex don't work. What do you think that has some truth to it?
To a certain extent, yeah. So it's like reason why they feel like that because they know how they are. They know what they'll be doing.
hmm
So
That's what it
that's why
is.
they come at their partner like, oh no, you can't be such because he know if it was him or she know if it
Mm-hmm.
was her, how she'll feel, how what she'll do on that behalf. You know what I'm saying? If they was in those shoes, so that's why they feel the way that they feel because they know they themselves. So they're speaking from a self point of view because they revealing their hand.
So it never
So
really comes from the trusting of who you're with. Is more so you just more so insecure with what you
yourself,
have
right?
done or what you or who you are. And
That's
that
my
ruins,
opinion,
and that's
right?
the point, that's the part right there that ruins relationships. It
You're
ain't
right
got
about it.
nothing to do with that other person. It's all strictly about what we got going on over here, and you using yourself in the situation when I could have this person come over here and sit with you every single day, you still wouldn't trust them.
Right.
So
Crazy.
Crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
but I mean that's life. Cause
Yeah, I done
I
lost a
saw
friend
something,
behind that.
where the dude was like, the girl was like, me and my friend we go out together because me and my homeboy go out. We hang out, we drink together, burn together, whatever we want to do, we hang out. Shit, like that's
Right,
my
right,
friend.
right,
And I don't have I don't ever feel like anybody, I know people, people gonna talk and people gonna say things, but because we know that it ain't nothing going on ever,
right,
and it will never be, because for one, not only that, you probably done dealt with somebody I know
right,
personally that I'm close
Hmm.
with. The same thing with me. I done probably dealt with somebody personally that you close with. So it ain't no ties that we finna cross no lines. And I think
right,
that's a lot of the
Hmm.
reason too why my friendships work out that way, is because we will never cross lines like that, because we already have outside forces that force us not to cross those lines.
right.
There are times when you can have platonic relationships and really have platonic relationships without there being something. But in order for those things to work, we got a few rules that go along with platonic relationships, because a lot of y'all don't know how to be platonic.
That's
Y'all
true.
calling these people bros and boo and bro and that's my dog, and y'all laying down together. I ain't never called
Yeah,
nobody that I mess with my bro.
right,
I
That's
can't.
foolish.
That's incest.
That's
That's
right.
foolish.
that's crazy.
Come
Oh,
on.
what's up, bro?
What's up, bro? And then next thing you know, what y'all climb? Yeah, come on. That's strange.
Right.
Or what's up, sis? Like you call that's your sis, and you done knocked her down a million times. That's weird. It's a lot of weirdness that comes along with that. So we're gonna run through the rules real quick, and I want my two co-hosts to let me know if y'all think that these are good rules. For people who don't have any boundaries set, keep an eye out for developing feelings. That's number one. If you feel like this could be something that can develop into something further, make sure you watching out for that. Y'all agree or
Right.
disagree?
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
And this is the one that kind of made me feel like, damn, so this ain't got nothing to do with the friendship. This got something to do with the partner. That's why I asked what I asked to you. Like, do you think it's because they have already underlying feelings about themselves and they forcing it on their partner? And that's kind of what I see in this particular situation when it says nothing you say or do, or I'm sorry, know your boundaries and make sure you talk about them. Make sure your partner has met your friend and feels comfortable with them. So this is a question. If your partner is not comfortable with your friend that you've been friends with longer than that's been your partner, what happens?
Mm.
I
Well,
mean,
I
that's
went through
that's
that
that's
before.
that's a tough one right there because it's like if you with your partner, you love your partner and y'all, good chemistry and y'all building together. You want to keep that, but then you got your friend, that you grew up with, you cool with, y'all hang out and all. It's just you got to know your lines. What I say in the beginning of your relationship,
Bring
you
that
have
friend
to
around.
let your partner
Hmm.
know before we even go any further. This right here is my friend. We don't go there. It's like, so if we're gonna be in a relationship, I need to know right now
I think he turned.
It froze.
He froze. He'll be back.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna Queen, what you
I
think
know
about that
what
question? What you think
well,
about that question?
I actually didn't been through that before with one of my male friends that I had been friends with since the 8th grade. And
Mm-hmm.
when the young lady that he was dating, she never met me, so he actually like literally brought her to my house so she could meet me. And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, Candace, I just want to know what you think, friend. Like tell me what you think about her. I was like, all right. So when she met me, she seemed it real cool and cordial. But as they got further along and he asked her to marry him, she really had a problem with me. So man, he ended our friendship because of how his wife felt. And I told him, you got to choose her over me, regardless of our friendship. Even though every male friend that I have, if they widow a chick, she usually become my friend too. Because they
Right.
tell them, look, this Candace my sister. If she ride for me, she gonna ride for you even harder
Right.
because
Right.
she has
Right.
that love for me. But her insecurities and what she said to him, I just don't believe y'all ain't never had no type of attraction to each other or nothing like that. Like, well, that's your insecurities. That ain't got nothing to do with our friendship.
But
But
she, but
so
he,
we
but it
stopped
was
being
allowed to
friends.
be exploited into the relationship. They are like,
Yeah, so
because
we
that's
stopped being
yeah,
friends.
yeah,
And even with
and
my husband, I told him from the beginning, look here, these men that I've been friends with before you came into the picture, guess what? They're gonna always be my friends. Cause see, you might get up and leave me one day, and I might have to go
it
to them, and
might,
then
it really might.
and I
And
was
I
like,
done
so I'm
lost
not
all
gonna
these
stop talking
people.
to them cause of you. And he was like, look, I trust you. I trust you. What you tell me, that's what I'm gonna go by. And we went from there. So I never had a problem with my husband being jealous of anybody that I've been friends with. Even I do believe people can be adults and make friends as adults. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
like you can't make no friend, no male friend as an adult, no female friend as an adult. Why you can't? You work with people.
Why you can't?
You have business partnerships with people. You have married friends, and you become their spouse's friend. So I don't understand, but I do believe that it has a lot to do with that person's insecurities, and that's all it comes down to. It really has something to do with their insecurities, but it really
And
don't
it
matter to me. My husband say he got, oh, that's your friend, okay. It's something else. If it's not what you say it is, it'll end up coming out
it'll end
anyway.
up being showed, and that's the thing. That's what I was gonna say. Whatever is really going on is going to expose itself. You can't
Hmm.
hide that, but
Nope.
you gotta trust who you're dating, who you're with, who you're loving. Because if you don't trust them, you can ruin a good thing just because you think that a friendship is too real of a friendship for you. That's crazy. You think
It's
people don't
real
have people
crazy.
in their life that love and care about them before you came along?
Some people really don't, and it's
They just
crazy
think
because
that
even with
it
my
only happened
friend,
when they got there.
even when my friend that I lost, his wife ended up being friends with my friends, with my homegirls that I grew up with.
Hmm.
I say,
So
what
she
the?
just had a problem
Oh,
with you.
she had a problem with me. And to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, and I'm gonna say this, I think it was more of a problem with my physical look than her actually getting to know me. She was just looking on the outside.
Because she never took the chance to get to know
But
you.
she never got a chance to she just judged me from the outside.
Right.
And she never got a chance to actually know me. But I told him, like, man, that's your wife. You got to choose her. I still like text him just to tell him happy birthday. Look, how you and your wife doing? How the kids doing? Stuff like that. His mom see me and be like, dang, y'all ain't. No, I ain't talked to your son. I don't know if the mom know. I just be like, no, I ain't talked to him. But telling him and his wife, I said, hey, I hope all is well. Stuff like that. But it just is what it is. Because what I always say, baby, you lost a good friend. You'll never find a friend like me. I'm a
Yeah.
ride or die
And
till
a
the
lot of
brakes
them,
fall
and a
off.
lot of them do. A lot of them do.
Hmm.
A lot of them do. Our next one is making sure to in the comfort of making your partner comfortable with your situation is to always have other friends of the same gender as you. So yeah, you got a couple female friends or whatever, but make sure you do got male friends as well. If you got a
Hmm.
couple male friends, make sure you got female friends as well. So it's basically saying whatever the sex you are, make sure you got friends of that same sex as well, because that's supposedly something to make the partner comfortable. I'm sorry, I'm just not with the pussyfoot no more. I'm 40 years
That's
old.
stupid.
I'm not pussyfooting
Stupid.
with you. If I say that's my friend,
That's what I mean. That's
and
what I
then you
say.
got a problem with that, you might as well go ahead and pack your little bags and exit the room. Because I don't even want to build with you.
It's crazy, but
Because there's
it's
no trust
insecurity
there.
and jealousy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't even trust me enough to know that this person is strictly who I said it is. And now you put me in a position where I gotta choose. I
Man,
ain't doing
please.
that.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
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 Um, and then another thing, make sure you're very open and honest with your friend about your partner and how they feel about your friend. And that way, so
Mm.
they can be understanding of why they feel this way. Be open and honest with that person. Don't just be like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friend, and then a picture pop up on social media where your friend done tagged you in it and your partner don't know nothing about it.
And looking at you real stupid.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy. Don't do
that, and
that.
that's a whole argument.
That's an
That's a whole
argument, a
argument.
fight.
All of it.
We ain't talking no more. We walk around the house with a grudge. That's crazy. Why would you do that to yourself? Just keep it honest and open. Keep it honest and open. Um, and the most important boundaries in any type of opposite sex friendship is one, never ever flirt. Don't overly share personal information with each other. You can talk about y'all business, y'all friendship. You can talk about, because like most times your friends talk to you for advice. And I think that we need to stop feeling like we can't have the same understanding with a male that we have with our female friends. Like if I share personal things with my female friends, I'm more than likely going to share personal things with my male friends.
With my
But it
yeah.
just depends on how much you share. Like you ain't got to be like, oh, he beat my good side. And then
No, not
that
that
ain't
that
that ain't
part.
the that ain't what you telling your male friend. I'm
I
sorry.
ain't
That's
even
just
really I ain't even really
I
shared that part with some of my
no
female
ma'am.
friend, because what I do
It's
in the
certain
bedroom don't got nothing to
it's
do
just
with
certain
that.
things you're supposed to know how to win the that's why boundaries are important. Boundaries are
Mm-hmm.
very important. Friendships, relationships, and whoever. Just you got to be have your boundaries. Don't compare each other's significant others. If one of your significant
Mm-mm.
others appreciate you being your partner friend and the other one don't, let that stay separate. Don't be comparing, well, she don't do this and my don't it's not worth it.
Nah, you don't
Um
compare at all.
mm-mm, mm-mm. Um don't ever assume that you have a deeper emotional connection. Whatever is on the surface, let that be the surface. That's just that. If you got a connection outside of what y'all display, look like Tom back, outside of what y'all display, then we'll keep it that way. But as far as anything else, keep it cordial.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I apologize. You know,
Okay.
it's storming here. I'm sorry. So I had to reconnect.
Oh,
I
that's okay.
apologize.
Oh, you all right? You
Man,
are okay.
yeah, it is
Um,
pouring down here. So can
yeah,
you hear
we
me?
Florida been getting it.
Yeah, because you know it's
Um,
about to be hurricane season. So you know
it's been
it's
hurricane season, Rue.
I mean, you know what I'm
Since
saying. Getting
June.
like
It's
y'all know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, you know,
definitely no. The
the weather
hurricanes are
bad here.
picking up. I
Yeah,
know it. I feel
yeah,
you.
They
yeah,
picking
We
up.
got they picking
They
up. They
picking up.
definitely the storms out there picking up in the ocean. So I feel you.
yeah.
Um, the next one, we getting through this because we get ready to close out the show, and when we get ready to close out the show, we're gonna let you close us out and let us know about what's coming up next. I know you told us about the remote location, but you got two other films in the making. We want you
Yeah,
to hear.
yeah.
We want to hear about what you got next with the independent company, and then we're gonna shut it down for the day.
Okay.
Um, don't ever post intimate photos of the two of you on social media. Don't keep secrets from each other about your partners, and don't ever get physical.
Yeah.
So those are the boundaries that they're saying that will keep a successful opposite
Friendship.
sex friendship. All right. So Rue, tell us what you got coming up next. What's happening next with Mr. Thomas Rusley?
Well, basically,
Oh, he froze again.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
It's
I see.
it's coming back in.
Mm-hmm. Well, but as he is getting himself together to come back in, we have a couple. We got what two more weeks in this month? One more week and a half.
2 more weeks. 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks after this week. It'll be two more
Okay, so
weeks,
we
I
got
think.
2 more weeks in September. We have one more interview within the next week. We don't have an interview. The week after we do. So we have a couple more interviews coming up for this quarter. October ends the quarter, right? October starts the next quarter. October,
October starts the
September
fourth quarter.
ends this quarter. So after this, after our last set of interviews, the last quarter of the year, we have interviews, y'all. We got some stuff coming up. We got some people to talk to, and then we're going to be working on we got in January, February, we're going to be bringing our spring brunch back. So
Ooh.
yes, we're looking forward to that. So make
Yes,
sure
yes,
that y'all
ma'am.
stay tuned. He got about 5 names up here on the screen right now. Um I ain't
Oh
closed that one out.
Lord, this is.
You ain't closing that.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, there you go.
It's just
You
storming
all
here.
right. You all
It's
right.
all right. It's all
Oh,
right.
You all right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. So
You are
yeah.
okay. So go ahead and let us know what you got going on.
It froze again. It got during Florida weather. Come on, God. Let him promote
Let him
himself
put
out
it
there.
out there. Let him put it
Let
out
him
there
out
now.
there.
Let him put it out there. He got about 5 screens over here, Queen, saying Mr. Rusley, Mr. Rusley. So we're gonna go ahead and just shut it down for y'all. But make sure y'all check out Thomas's latest movie, Remote Location, for when that does drop. We'll definitely we'll drop it on our thing on our page and let y'all know when it come out.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all continue to go out and support Murder Gardens. It's a good movie. It's worth the watch. And if you need information on becoming independent contractors and truck drivers, definitely hit Thomas up because
Oh
he's
yeah,
been
I
doing
got to
that
hit
for a
Thomas
while.
up.
Yes, get in touch with your boy. I'm gonna bring him back on real quick so he can just say his quick goodbyes
Got to
to
hit
us
Thomas
because
up.
we're gonna bring him. Let me try one more time.
one more
Go ahead,
time.
Tom.
One more
Oh my
time.
God, this is. I rebuke you. This is the devil. You can't steal our
That's
joy.
all. That's all. He don't
It's
want you
our
to
time.
promote what you got going on, but we
Yeah,
shut him
that's
down right
all.
now.
Put it on
I
that there.
rebuke you. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, as of right now, like I said, we're in the process of you know finding the network to pick up remote location, and we'll have 2 more movies coming out. And then you can't forget about we're still doing. We're about to start back filming Murder Gardens Part 2. We
Oh,
want to do
okay.
that, so that's going to be a whole new. Oh man, it's going to be even better than the first one. And it's actually another director. He reached out to me because he came on the set of Remote Location where we was filming, and I was doing one of the stunts. And he actually is a writer as well, and that got me picked up in a movie that he's producing. That's going to be actually in the theaters. He have like I think he said like a $6 million budget behind that. So that's
Oh
going to
wow.
that's like
Wow.
a that's going to be Bruce, like you remember Die Hard, I know y'all
Mm-hmm. Love Die
Mm-hmm.
Bruce
Hard.
Willis. Yeah, so
Yes.
Yes.
it's
My favorite.
it's yeah, it's an action film, and I'm gonna be the lead
I
actor
love
in it,
action.
and it's
Wow.
going to be phenomenal. So
That's
I'm
amazing.
excited about that. We're gonna start shooting that sometime next year, and that's gonna be the one that's gonna really open up the door for me. I mean, not saying these other ones are not, great platforms to
They
do it,
open
but
up.
this one
Those
right
are the
here
ones
is
that's opening up the
That
doors,
and
definitely in a way.
hmm
Yeah, because
right,
they pushing you up
your
to
right,
acting
these other.
right.
career is gonna be amazing.
So that's
It's
what I'm
gonna open
looking
up the
for.
doors for
Yeah.
your music too.
Well, mainly if
It's
I
gonna
once
open
Wow.
up the doors.
only thing I'm gonna do with the music, I'm gonna just make music just for soundtracks. That's it. So
That's what
just
I'm
for
talking about
music. So yeah,
though.
so they don't have to let me in the rap game. I respect it. I'm gonna just do what I have to do and put it on film, and that's it. I mean, you still get paid the same way, and I'm gonna just keep it going because that's always been my passion. So you know, You'll be hearing it soon. You'll be hearing it and checking it out and let me know what
Awesome.
y'all think. But
Awesome.
we're gonna start filming that next year, and Murder Gardens Part Two should be out next year also. And so that'll be really like three movies, the remote location that we're doing. That should be coming out next year. Then we're doing Murder Gardens Part Two. That's next year, and then this new film that we're going to be releasing it to the theaters. You know, I can't really release the name right now, but
That's
just stay
fine.
tuned.
That's fine.
And
Keep it undercover.
yeah,
We
so
we
once
know
that
it's
once
coming.
that oh yeah, just know it's coming. So that's my goal, son. I'm just steady working, man. I'm just trying to get and I'm not looking back. So I felt like I done found my calling, and I'm just gonna keep chasing this dream.
It's your
And
time to
anybody
Well,
else that
shine.
I and if I can help anybody else that's interested, once they do auditions, I let them know.
well, he got everything out then, y'all. So even if he froze again, he definitely got everything out. But so as we were saying, y'all make sure y'all hit them up if y'all need any of those services. If that need any advice, any audition information, definitely hit Mr. Rusley up. His Instagram is at Rusalini
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, and I think it's Rusley on Facebook. So, and again, our quote of the day is: the best measure of success is how you deal with any failure. So make sure you don't allow your failure, things that don't work out, to bring you down. And we'll always be here on Wednesdays, SW Podcast Wednesdays, to make sure that you guys are getting that culture based conversation that is needed on a regular basis. We appreciate y'all for tuning in today, as always. And y'all give it up for Queen for jumping in. It's one something over there in Hawaii. And my dog is live in
135.
effect over here, and
135.
she came to represent, and she is definitely in the
Always.
building.
Always, always. Thank y'all for tuning in to SW Podcast Wednesday. Y'all know how we do this thing, me and Queen. Like, this is what we do. This
This is what we
content is
do.
what we do. But we do appreciate y'all for just supporting us. Like, this been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing journey doing this podcast and being dedicated every Wednesday. When we was off for those weeks, people like, y'all ain't doing
Where
the
the
podcast no
podcast
more.
at? Where the
Where the
podcast at?
podcast
Where
at?
the
What y'all
podcast
got?
at?
I was like, hold up, we gotta take a break. We got children, we got families, we got lives. Like, but we appreciate it, y'all. Like, it's really been amazing. Like, and everything I can honestly say with me and Queen share, everything coming full circle.
Everything
It's
coming
coming
full
full
circle,
circle.
y'all. So make sure
So
y'all
we're
keep on
grateful.
supporting us. Keep tuning in. Keep watching out for the next shows, because most of these shows and most of these topics are definitely things that can help you and help the next person around you. So tune in next Wednesday. We'll be back with a great topic and a great discussion. As always, we love y'all, we like y'all, and we always, always, always appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for
Always.
tuning in today. Y'all take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Watch your backs, lock your doors, walk, look at your surroundings, hold your head up when you're
Hmm.
walking, all that good shit that's gonna keep you safe and keep you alive. Until next week, peace.
Peace.
Peace.